take a look at lesson 6.8. It says write each fraction, first of all, as a sum. Remember, that means addition. A sum of unit fractions, and as the product, multiplication, product of a whole number and a unit fraction. So let's do this first part, the sum of unit fractions. Well, this is 4/7. So that's telling me, the numerator is telling me this has 4 1/7 in it. So to write it as a sum, you would write 1/7 plus 1/7 plus 1/7 plus 1/7. Remember, 1/7 is a unit fraction. There's 4 of them. There are 4 1/7 or 4/7. To write it as a product of a whole number, I would just say, okay, there's 4 1/7, so 4 times 1/7. Right? So that's how you do problem number 1. Problem number 2, 3, 4 are done the same way. All right. Let's take a look at the next section. Draw a model for each problem and then solve. So this is saying there are 6 1/4. So I've got the problem started here by drawing a fraction bar that has been divided into fourths. I need 6 1/4. All right, so let's try this. There's 1 1/4, 2 1/4, 3 1/4, 4 1/4, 5 1/4, 6 1/4. That's how you would draw a model. The denominator tells you divide the rectangle into fourths, and then there's 6 1/4. And then how would you solve that? Well, 6 times 1/4 gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fourths. Which, just as a bonus, you can see this is 1 whole and 2/4 of another. All right, so draw a model like you did here. This one's going to be divided into thirds. Actually, let me work on this one for a second. So look at the denominator. It tells me, hey, divide this thing up into 3 equal parts. And you're going to have 6 2/3. Okay? So two-thirds is going to look something like this. Okay? These two right here, that's 2 out of 3. That's 2/3. And then this one and this one, that's another 2/3. And then this one and this one, that's another 2 out of 3. And then this one and this one, there's another 2/3. And this one and this one. So let's see how many 2/3 I have so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and my last one right here, 6. So 6 2/3 drawn as a model would look like that. And I notice that 6 2/3, that's the same as 1, 2, 3, 4 wholes. So 6 times 2/3, 6 times 2 is 12 thirds, which is the same as 4 wholes. Let's count the number of thirds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6 2/3 is the same as 12 thirds. Okay? But anyways, so see if you can do these last two, 7 and 8, using this thing. Draw the model and then show your work. Alrighty, so multiply, write your answer as a mixed number or a whole number when possible. So all you have to do here is you're saying there are 20 3/10. 20 times 3 is 60. There are 60 tenths. Well, I know that 60 divided by 10 is 6. And I don't know if you remember that little trick that I showed you in the past, but when you have a problem like this, if you can take 1 0 off of the top and off the bottom like that, 6 over 1, same as 6. Okay? Let's try number 10. 36 5/9. There's 36 5/9. So instead of adding all those up, we're just going to multiply 36 times 5. Okay? $180. $180 ninths. Well, kind of looking at this problem right here, I can see that I could divide it 180 divided by 9. Because remember they said write it as a whole number or a mixed number, so we don't want to leave it as a fraction. All right, 9 will go into 18 2 times. Subtract, bring down your 0. 9 will go into 0, 0. 0 times 9 is 0. 9 will go into 180 20 times. But you could also do it as mental math. I noticed right here, 9 will go into 18 2 times with a 0, 20. All right, let's try this one. 2 times 2 is 4. 12ths. Now this is already a fraction, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. It's not an improper fraction like these, or a fraction greater than 1 like these other two were. All right, so that's how you do those problems. Go ahead and do those. Let's take a look at some word problems. It says draw a model for each problem, then solve. Write your answer as a mixed number or as a whole number when possible, so we're not going to leave it as a fraction. Michelle has 3 textbooks. Each weighs 5/8 pounds. What is the total weight of her textbook? So we're supposed to draw a model. Okay, what do I know? There are 3 textbooks. Each one is 5/8 of a pound. I need to find 3 groups of 5/8, 5 out of 8. So I've already drawn a couple fraction bars here that have been divided into 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's one group of 5/8 right there. That represents one textbook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's another group of 5/8. That's 2 textbooks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's another group of 5/8. Okay? I'm not going to worry about that out there. So let's see what I got here. Color that in. There's 5/8. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 15 eighths. So that's what they weigh. But we don't say the textbooks weigh 15 eighths. What we do is we change this into a mixed number. So 8 will go into 15, what, 1 time? 15 minus 8 is 7. Bring the divisor down as the denominator. The textbooks actually weigh 1 7/8 pounds. Okay, so why don't you give the rest of these a try. Notice this one says write an equation, then solve. Write your answer as a mixed number or a whole number when possible. See what you can do with these problems, and we'll talk about them later.